if we can get back to Alibaba, and you got an outperform rating on Baba, can you help us understand how e-commerce giants like Alibaba are working around the slowing macro environment?
Yeah, clearly, Sri, that's a good question. And that has been a challenge over the last probably 12 to 18 months or so. Consumption in China is moderating, number one. And also we're seeing consumer trading down, number two. And what Baba seems to be doing a good job is, number one, attracting value-based merchants. And then on top of that, they do price matching with other platforms. That initiative seems to be resonating, with consumers at this point, and they are making progress. And obviously, they're making investments behind that. So I think we should see that play out when the company report. And clearly, giving the, subdued expectation from Chinese consumers, investors are being compensated with relatively low valuation in the mid-single digit at this point in time. We know that, the investor demand has bottomed, but we're waiting for inflection point coming from consumer to see a better, demand picture going forward for investor to feel comfortable about driving a margin, non-margin multiple expansion.
Here's the current stock market update for Alibaba Group Holdings Limited, stock ticker BABA. Before we begin, I would like to say that if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So here we have a daily price chart, and in the prior video, we have an analyst from Mizuho who is currently bullish on Baba stock. He's got an overweight rating. Currently, he's saying that there is a slowing macro environment in China, but he doesn't really see this affecting the overall trade here. And he does see the stock being undervalued with low earnings metrics at the moment. We will be taking a look at this stock chart here to get a sense of which price levels are going to be most important for anybody that is looking to trade the stock from the long side. Because this is kind of an interesting chart here, especially if we sort of pull out to the longer term price history, as we can see. The stock has really taken a dive. And a lot of the issue does stem around the fact that, there's geopolitical uncertainties, whatever happened to Jack Ma. One thing that people that watch this channel might not know about me, I did live for about 10 years in Asia. I'm not there currently. I'm back in the United States at the moment, but I did live in Asia for about 10 years, and a large percentage of that was actually in China. So I am somewhat familiar with the region. And I can say that, if this prior analyst was talking about the macro environment, and he doesn't seem to be that's a critical issue as far as Alibaba's share prices will be concerned. I would agree with that to some extent, because I don't think that, in my view, Alibaba isn't really directed at the Chinese consumer as much as it is the global consumer. People in China, they might use Alibaba, but I think that's more of an export type of service, and then people that do actually live in China have many other options as far as e-commerce retail outlets are concerned. I don't really think that when I was there, I didn't really hear people really talking about buying things from Alibaba so much. There were several other names that people living inside of China actually used. So I don't really see that specifically weighing on the stock. And the real question here is whether or not the stock is a buying opportunity after this massive drop here. And it has been a massive drop. And I would argue that a lot of this really is due to the geopolitical uncertainty and just the fact that, the companies can change CEOs at any point. Maybe the CEO says something that the Chinese Communist Party doesn't like. I think that this is what happened with Jack Ma. He disappeared. He's really... I shouldn't say that he completely disappeared. I guess he's back, but, he's much less visible presence than he was previously. So, there are definitely uncertainties here, and that is one clear risk for anybody that would be looking to trade this stock. So as things currently stand, however, we do need to acknowledge the fact that there is a near-term breakout here. We were seeing a bit of a symmetrical triangle that was being formed, and currently, we have seen breakouts to the top side, as we can see here. But the real question here is whether or not this was a false breakout. So I would want to sort of point to this price action at the moment here, because what we can see is a share price that's gapping higher. We did post near-term highs coming in at 85.79, which is significant because we break this symmetrical triangle to the top side. But we have to sort of watch here, because we did see a price gap lower, and now share prices are essentially trading back within that symmetrical triangle pattern. So the question here is whether or not this was a true breakout. Currently, at the moment, I would probably say no, given the fact that share prices have seen such a strong move lower. But you could still make a bullish argument here, given the fact that share prices themselves have managed to hold the 20-day exponential moving average, which is this rising yellow line here. So there are some arguments here to be made on both sides. You could legitimately call this a breakout to the top side, but what you would really want to see at this point would be some sort of continuation and follow through, because as things currently stand, you really don't want to see share prices fall back into the pattern after the pattern is broken, allegedly broken. I mean, I don't really view this as a breakout to the top side just yet. I wouldn't call that a confirmation. But as things currently stand, we are still holding this exponential moving average cluster, so that is a positive. We can take a look at the daily indicator reading on the relative strength index, and here we can see that share prices are trading under some negative selling momentum. Previously, there was sort of a short-term uptrend here in the momentum reading. However, this is a very steep angle in the RSI. That type of angle, when you're trading with that type of angle, really isn't sustainable. So it's not surprising to see this break to the downside. Right here, we saw that share prices themselves really weren't able to maintain that upward trajectory. That's not surprising. I mean, that's a very steep angle for the RSI to maintain. You really wouldn't expect that to hold for very long. So at the moment, what we would have to say here is that the overall trend momentum is still focused on the downside. There are some reasons here to believe that share prices could start to trend lower, even though we did see this recent price breakout to the top side. So looking at some of the important price levels that I would be watching currently, one level that I would be watching comes in at this 8101 level. The reason that I point to this is due to the fact that this was a prior resistance level. Previous resistance levels are ultimately expected to work as support zones once they're tested again from the top side. So we haven't actually gotten to that point just yet, where we have seen this level broken convincingly. We did get a bit of a spike low here, coming in at 80.37 during the August 26th trading session. That would essentially be this price candle here. So we did see a bit of a spike low here, breaking through this 8101 level, but we didn't see a daily close below that level. So you could still make the argument that this remains a valid support zone. And then in addition to that, it comes in contact roughly with this 20-day exponential moving average. So you do have a confluence of technical events here, which do suggest that support could be established here. But currently, the way things stand, in order for me to consider this to be a true breakout to the top side, what I would really need to see is for share prices to maintain support at this level here, and then start to work themselves higher into the positive direction. I mean, if we don't start to see some follow through here relatively soon, I wouldn't really expect share prices to see a near-term retest of this 90.46 resistance zone that was posted during the May 17 trading session. So here's the current market outlook for Alibaba Group Holdings Limited, stock ticker BABA. Our High Value Trading Strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.